Hi everybody, Marty Rubin back for another segment of Marty's Corner, and today, let's say a big hello to Kimberly Immanuel, who is playing the kind, sweet, beautiful mermaid with the angelic voice, Ariel. So welcome to Marty's Corner.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's so nice. The crowds have been loving you.
Oh, good.
It's just been great. So I understand you're from Long Island.
Yes.
Where
yes.
in Long Island are you
Born
from?
and raised in Hicksville, New York.
Okay.
I went to Hicksville High School. I grew up doing community theater in Plainview with Dylan Perlman.
That's what I heard.
I'm one of the owners of this theater.
I understand you were in a chorus line at 17 years old with a young Dylan Perlman.
I was, yes.
What was that like?
It was so much fun. I played Cassie and he played Zach, and we would never think at 17 that we would end up where we are right now. Yeah, but we had a great time.
So if Dylan Perlman said to you back then, someday I'm going to own a professional equity theater, and you are going to be the star as Ariel in Disney Little Mermaid, what would you have said to
I would have no idea what he was talking about. I'd be like, absolutely not in both of our wildest dreams, truly.
But it came true.
But here it is. It's happening. It's really sweet.
That's great.
It's such a good homecoming.
You know, so many people have said to me that they've grown up watching the movie with their kids.
Of course.
Look, one father said to me he saw it 100 times with his daughter. So did you grow up watching this movie?
Yes. This was my absolute favorite Disney movie to watch. I watched it over and over again, and I knew the songs by heart. I would sing the all the time.
So did you pictured yourself as Ariel?
Oh my, of course. Okay. Who didn't? I think everyone that watches it sees themselves in her. Because everyone at one point in their life has felt how Ariel feels, I think.
Right.
That feeling of wanting to be either somewhere or something that they're not, and not feeling like they belong somewhere and wanting that place where they do belong.
Right.
So I really think that everyone, big or small, male, female, whatever, can get something from her story.
Right. So is that what you think the central message of Disney, The Little Mermaid is, what you just was saying?
Yes, absolutely. Is like finding really the place where you belong, and also it's, even though she loses her voice in the musical and the movie, I really think it's about this young woman finding her voice.
Yes.
Really.
Yes, yes.
And who she is as a young adult without her father.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Because she has his guidance in the beginning, and she goes against his rules, and she's a real rebel at the start.
Yes.
And he definitely has shaped and molded her to be the young woman that she is. But I think it's about finding her voice for herself.
Yes, I agree with that. As we were saying, so many kids have been coming to the show.
Yeah.
And I've watched you after the show with them. You're great with them. Their faces light up when you're talking to them. But so when they're in the audience and they're watching Ariel and the show, and they're dreaming themselves maybe of being on the stage someday, what kind of advice could you give to children about getting into the acting profession?
Gosh, yeah. I mean, it's so emotional for me because I feel like this is how kids get started. Right. Disney was my way into singing. It was my way of imagining. And so I see them and I see that inspiration that you're talking about. Right. And it's just the most beautiful thing to think about, the fact that I could be an inspiration to someone who was exactly like me when I was their age, you know? Right. But the biggest advice that I could give is just don't limit yourself before others limit you. Really take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way. Learn from your teachers, listen to what they say. Take every opportunity as a chance to learn, really.
That's great.
Take classes. Like, even if you're stuck, I've been what I thought was like stuck in a situation I didn't like, or doing a show that I thought I didn't like, and those have been the lessons that I value the most, was like the lessons that I took from that show, and learning to work with people and be in situations that were difficult.
Yeah.
So yeah, take those opportunities and put on your big student brain. You know, like
that's good. That's good advice. So now listen, in sports, I'm a sports guy. In sports, when it's a big game, okay, you count on your stars to lead the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Ariel is such a pivotal role in this show. Do you relish the challenge, to be up and give your A performance and lead the way for this cast?
Oh, absolutely. But what's interesting is that as Ariel, like, I have the easiest job, I think, because even though there is a lot of pressure in playing her, as soon as I come out, everyone in the audience knows who she is and loves her.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That is, if I do my job right, they should like me by the end of the show.
And you do.
If I
Trust
do
me,
it right,
you do.
it should happen. So yeah, it's really, I really have a good time just like interacting and seeing how much I can play within
Yes.
the part, because people do love her as she is. But it is fun leading the company in a certain way, because Ariel has so much humor and heart to her that I think interacting with my fellow members and like feeling the connection between all of the people on stage
Yes.
and me is really the heart of this show.
No doubt.
So I
No
think
doubt.
that takes the cake.
Now, you talk about that kind of chemistry. You know, Disney productions always, you know, they have the villain, they have the heroine, they
Yeah.
have the princesses,
Yeah.
you know. You're the heroine in this. You know, Courtney Allen is Ursula, the villain.
Yeah.
Is it important to have a good chemistry between the heroine and the villain?
Oh, absolutely. I think if there's not that much chemistry between them, then you won't feel how high the stakes are. But the fact that I love Courtney off stage, she's next to me
Yes.
in the dressing room, we have great times. And the fact that I
She's
feel
sweet
like
in real life.
she's so sweet. She's so sweet. The kids have no reason to be afraid of her after the show. But yeah, she does play this kind of intimidating Ursula, but at the same time, I think that she has this real heart to her, which you
Yes.
can see why Ursula became Ursula. You can
Yes.
see why she is the way she is. And the reason why I think it's important for us to have that connection off stage is because in our interactions with each other, she's trying to get me on her side.
Right.
She's trying to convince me that she's right. So the fact that I can see the tactics that Courtney, as well as Ursula, is playing in those moments makes me, as Ariel and Kimberly, kind of understand the situation a little bit more and empathize with her as both of those people.
Yes.
And so I think it's really important to have that connection, because you do see Ariel buy some of the stuff that Ursula says.
Yes.
By the end of
She's
Four
convincing.
Unfortunate Souls, surprise, she signs the contract.
Right.
Her voice is gone.
Right,
So
right.
she has to have empathy for Ursula at a
Yes.
certain point and believe what she's saying to her.
Yes. Well, if you want to come out and see this terrific young talent playing a fantastic part, and Ariel and the rest of this wonderful cast, come on out to the Argyle Theater. We're playing straight through to February 23rd, and we can't wait to see you all out here.